Admiral Zyxthra pressed her six-fingered hand against the obsidian surface of the command console, her compound eyes reflecting the holographic display of the small blue planet rotating before them. For cycles, the hegemony had catalogued Earth as a primitive world, defenseless, isolated, and ripe for conquest. Yet something nagged at her consciousness like a parasitic thoughtworm. "Commander Veltar," she clicked in her native tongue. "Pull up the galactic territorial maps from the past millennium." The insectoid officer's antennae twitched as he manipulated the holographic interface. Dozens of star systems appeared, color-coded by their controlling empires. The hegemony's territory glowed crimson, the crystalline consortium shimmered in azure, and the machine collective pulsed in electric yellow. But there, in a peculiar bubble of neutral space, sat Sol, completely unmarked. "Curious," Veltar buzzed. "Earth remains unclaimed despite being surveyed by 17 different civilizations over the past 800 rotations." Zyxthra's mandibles clicked thoughtfully. "Bring up the survey reports." The data streams flowed like liquid starlight across the display. Every report bore the same conclusions. Primitive technology, no energy shields, no orbital defense platforms, no interstellar navy. Yet each survey team had recommended against immediate conquest, citing vague concerns about logistical complications and unforeseen variables. "Admiral," Veltar's voice carried an unusual tremor, "I've cross-referenced the survey dates with galactic conflict records." The overlay that appeared made Zyxthra's blood run cold. Every major civilization that had surveyed Earth had suffered catastrophic defeats within solar cycles of their reconnaissance missions. The Vorthan Empire, obliterated by a plague that turned their own biotechnology against them. The Quantum Lords. Their entire fleet disappeared without a trace near the Andromeda border. The Steel Pharaohs, their homeworld mysteriously imploded, taking 3 star systems with it. "Coincidence?" Zyxthra whispered, but her voice lacked conviction. "Perhaps we should examine the humans more closely," suggested Navigation Officer Krias, her translucent wings fluttering nervously. "Their cultural archives are illuminating." The human entertainment feeds materialized in the holographic space movies, television shows, literature. Zyxthra watched in growing horror as humans casually depicted the destruction of their own cities, the end of their world, the extinction of their species. They consumed apocalyptic scenarios like nourishment, crafting increasingly creative methods of universal annihilation. "By the 7 moons," Veltar gasped. "They fantasize about cosmic horror." But it was the historical records that truly chilled them. Humans had survived ice ages, supervolcanic eruptions, and asteroid impacts. They had weaponized disease, split atoms, and created artificial intelligence. Most disturbing of all, they had done these things to themselves, and somehow continued to thrive. "Admiral," Krias's voice was barely audible. "I found something else. The humans have a concept they call mutually assured destruction. They built weapons capable of ending their own civilization, and pointed them at themselves." Zyxthra stared at the rotating planet with new understanding. Earth wasn't defenseless, it was a trap. A beautiful, blue jewel of a world inhabited by creatures so fundamentally destructive that they had turned their own self-annihilation into a survival strategy. Any civilization that moved against them wouldn't face advanced weapons or energy shields. They would face something far worse. Beings who had spent millennia perfecting the art of taking their enemies down with them. "The humans don't need to attack other worlds," she realized with crystalline clarity. "They make other worlds attack themselves." She thought of the great civilizations that had vanished after surveying Earth, each one discovering something in those innocent blue skies that had inspired them to push their own technologies too far, too fast. Each one learning too late that humans weren't the prey in this cosmic ecosystem. They were the immune system. "Set course for the outer rim," Zyxthra commanded, her voice steady despite the terror crawling through her consciousness. "And ensure Earth remains uncontacted." As the hegemony fleet turned away from the Sol system, Earth continued its peaceful rotation, its inhabitants blissfully unaware that their reputation as reality's most successful survivors had just saved them once again.